Callie, call a meeting to order. Callie, if you'll take roll call.
Peter Boyer, Mayor.
Present?
Tim Picken. Excused.
Yes.
Dan Sabrowski.
Present.
Council.
Present.
Joy Shane, Council.
Present.
Matt Boyles, Council.
Present.
If everyone to rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of July 7th, 2026 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the payables list for July 21st, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve the financial statements for, I would entertain a motion to approve the financial statements for period ending June 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. The third and final reading for ordinance 2026-03, an ordinance adopting title 8-7-G and 8-7-H. This is for the urban ag. Tim's not here, and we need to have probably a further discussion with Robert McMurray on this before we take that final step and make it an ordinance. So I would suggest a tabling and waiting until we can talk to Robert.
I'd make a motion to table third and final reading for ordinance 2026-03.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. So I need to get a hold of Robert and talk to him and see when we can do that. Tentatively, would we be able to do maybe next Tuesday? Would that work for everyone?
Let me check my, no.
Yes.
So that's
On you.
2 out of
No, on
3.
me.
2 out of 3. I'll contact Tim. If I can get 3 out of 4, are you okay with not being there?
Yeah,
Okay.
you guys know my feelings on it.
Gotcha. Okay, I will, I'll contact Tim and I'll contact Robert and I'll see what I can do to get something set up. Perfect. Moving on. Third and final reading for ordinance 2026-05, an ordinance making certain amendments to Title II. Pat, I'm going to let you have the floor to explain it for a second and then I'll take it back from you.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is in your package. And it's a pretty lengthy ordinance, and I want to make sure that it's relatively clear before anyone votes on it. One thing that this starts off with, which we often don't do, but there's a reason for in this one, is it cites the 2 statutory provisions in regards to removal of personnel by towns and cities, which are slightly different. The Wyoming state statutes at 15.3204 provide that basically department heads are appointed by the mayor with the consent of the council, and then and may be removed by the mayor. So that's for cities. Is when you appoint a department head, which we're not a first class city yet, but we will be soon. When you appoint a department head, mayor appoints them, the council approves, but the mayor can terminate their employment unless changed by ordinance. For towns, it works differently. Still, the mayor appoints, the council approves, but the mayor may only remove them for incompetency or neglect of duty. So with a town, it's restricted. Now, Bar None had gone in and further restricted it. And when you follow how this works in the ordinance, what you'd see is it's 2.04.060 the statutory authorization is at section A, and then the actual ordinance picks back up on the next page at B in parentheses. And because the statutes both have Bs, it's a little bit confusing when you read it. So that's where we get into the bar none provisions. The bar none provisions actually further restricted what a mayor can do. And we changed it a little bit in addition. So under the bar none provisions, the mayor can fire a department head for neglect of duty or incompetence. And the department head is entitled to a hearing to challenge their termination if they figure it was improper. That particular hearing would be under the Administrative Procedures Act, so it would be a different body. It wouldn't be the town council. So that's how we have changed it in bar none. Now, the additional thing is that bar none, and this was already the ordinance here, has a provision that in the first year following an election, the town council has to further participate in the termination of somebody. That's pretty close to what we've already just discussed, but there's a further restriction that, you know, if a department head is to be removed in the first year after an election, it's the town council doing it. Not the mayor with approval of the town council, it's the town council. Are all those things relatively clear?
Clear to me, clear as mud.
Mayor, you know, we thought because this is an ordinance that is of some interest to members of the, you know, certainly the people who work for bar none, but also members of the general public, that we might depart a little bit and allow public commentary on this ordinance in advance of people voting, because, you know, if we vote and they're unhappy about it, they'll be getting their say all at the bitter, you know, at the bitter end of the meeting.
I'm okay with that. We talked about it previously too. So normally we don't do this. Normally you just pass ordinances and you kind of roll on with your business. But today, this isn't public comment necessarily, but this is public comment for this ordinance specifically, because I know that there is one gentleman who had a desire. He talked to me personally about wanting to voice some concerns. And so open it up for anyone that wants to address this specific ordinance, just this ordinance. This is not public comment for anything, just this ordinance. We'll get to public comment later. So it's open now. Yeah. The pot stirrer. You can put that down as your name.
Anonymous.
Mr. Anonymous, you have the floor, sir.
Okay, so I want to make sure I understand what you were just saying. I was trying to read it. I couldn't find it, you know, in our packet. So my understanding right now is when Mayor Boyer leaves and a new mayor comes in, he cannot fire a department head until he's been in place for 1 year.
That'd be close to correct, that, you know, it's being really pedantic, but the difference would be is that when a mayor leaves and the new one comes in, a department head cannot be fired for a year,
Okay?
except for cause and by the town council.
And by the town council.
Correct.
Okay, so after that year moratorium is up and the new mayor still decides he wants to let go of a department head, he can do that, citing the two reasons that you just mentioned.
And with consent of the council, which is slightly different.
Okay, so he still needs the council to approve. Okay, I'm just going to use Dustin as an example. I can use,
Good choice.
but I can use you. I can use any one of us.
That it can be a service.
If the new mayor comes in, he's been in place for a year, and he decides for whatever reason, he doesn't like Dustin, and he'd let him go without consent of the town council.
He
just
cannot.
fire him.
He cannot.
He cannot. Okay. I'm saying-
And this applies to department heads, so it's specific for every, you know,
Right.
yeah, we're only talking about department heads.
Right.
Yeah.
that's all I'm talking about is department heads. So we now have that clear,
Correct.
that a new mayor cannot fire him just because he doesn't like him and he wants to bring in his son-in-law.
A new mayor can never do that.
Okay,
Because in order to fire a department head, it has to be for cause.
well, yeah, he can make up a cause. I mean, you can come up with something.
Well, he can also, department heads can challenge it and they could appeal it to a body impaneled under the Administrative Procedures Act. So it wouldn't be to the town council. It would
Right.
be to a separate body.
Exactly. Okay. All right. I'm doing what I can for you guys. I really am. Okay. All right. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I think we can go with that.
That's your one public comment for the day.
Oh, no, no. Another one. In my pocket. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Anyone else would like to speak to this ordinance? If not, we're gonna move on.
I have a question, 2 questions, I think. So I think it's on page. About right here.
Okay.
It says, the mayor shall also appoint members of the planning and zoning committee, blah, 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 who shall not be deemed to be employees of the city of Mills.
Oh, that is a typo.
Typo, okay,
Good catch.
Good catch.
I didn't catch it.
That would have been fed on our bugs.
Right.
And the other is, so if whoever it is that makes a decision to stack dust in here, he can appeal. Well, I'm just going with my.
Yeah.
Had
to be a service.
Who is this? I'm gonna call it an appeals board. Who is that made up of?
Okay, so that would have to be, it would have to be a separate group of panelists
Mhm.
that would be appointed by the town council for the purpose of hearing the appeal. For what it's worth, Barnum actually has a series of other ordinances that require appeals boards. And I don't know if they've been filled right yet or not. You know, you could appoint one general one, or you could do one specifically for the hearing. It also allows the parties to agree to one, and for whatever perfect reason, more often than not, that's actually how people do it.
Mhm.
Both sides agree on who the panelists would be.
Would they necessarily be Barnum residents, or could it be just anybody?
They wouldn't have to be Barnum residents. There's no requirement that they be Barnum residents.
Did it say the number of panel members?
It doesn't, but it generally would be 3 to 5.
Thank you.
Perfect. Any other public comment concerning this ordinance going once, going twice, and sold? Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the third and final reading for ordinance 2026-05, an ordinance making certain amendments to Title II.
When we do that as amended, to note the typographical error in from Mills to Barnum.
Yes, with the typographical error corrected from Mills to Barnum. Good catch. Thank you, Venus.
So moved.
Second. Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, Dan. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. Sorry, we got to do the appointment first, right? I would entertain a motion to approve. I guess we've talked to Dan, interviewed him, with Sonny leaving, going to, abandoning us, actually. He abandoned us. That's more like it, so.
I'm sure that's in the minutes.
Yeah, in the minutes, Sony abandoned the town. Anyway, with Sonny leaving to go to Vegas, my gosh. It's gonna be a long night, folks. It's gonna be a long night. Sonny's going to Nevada to be their state fire marshal. We interviewed Dan, found that he is a good an interim chief. We're gonna try him out for a while, and then maybe he'll move on up to permanent. So, yeah. So that's kind of the process, and we feel like he's a good fit for the town. So, and he lives here too, so it works out. So with that, I would entertain a motion to approve, to appoint Dan Bush as the interim fire chief.
So moved.
We're giving that one to
Got
Matt.
it.
Matt by air. Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Dan? Got to take the podium, man. You got your piece of paper? Perfect. All right. I state your name.
I, Dan Bush,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Wyoming.
and the Constitution of the State of Wyoming,
That I have not knowingly
and that I have not knowingly
violated any law related to my election or appointment,
violated any laws related to my election or appointment,
or caused it to be done by others,
or caused it to be done by others,
and that I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
and I will discharge the duties of my office with fidelity.
Right on. Thank you. All right, so we forgot to put Dan Foote. He's our Visit Casper rep on the agenda, so I'm going to put him as a 9A is what you are, Dan. So if you want to come up here and address us. Are we reappointing you today? I don't remember. Okay, I thought we had already,
Done.
yeah, I thought that was already done.
You had asked me, as a reminder to everybody, I am your Visit Casper board representative. And you had asked me to come back and just do a quarterly report.
Yep.
on tourism. And so that is what I'm here to do. Perfect. All right. Tourism is our second largest industry in the state, and it generated roughly $292 million in state and local taxes in '25. And it supports directly 34,000 jobs in the state of Wyoming. Just a couple local things and related to the Visit Casper participation in our community. Our lodging performance, May bookings were down very slightly, only about 0.2%. The best take on this is probably just some salient effects on the high fuel prices that are still affecting us. June, though, the bookings were up 1%. So the trend is moving back in the right direction, and this is peak season for travel. There are more hotel rooms that have come on the market, so it's kind of an anomaly. We had bookings that were up, but our occupation rate was down slightly, and that's just because more hotel rooms came online during June. College National Finals Rodeo. Hopefully everybody heard the good news on what came out of the rodeo this year. We don't have the final numbers in yet. I will bring those back once they're released. But hopefully, like I said, the headline is about the contract renewal. CNFR was secured in Casper for another 10 years. Visit Casper, the Ford Wyoming Center, and a lot of community partners all work together in negotiating that renewal. We don't have the final numbers from this year, like I said, but what we do know is that in 2025, CNFR provided more than $29 million in local economic impact. So 10 more years of that is a good thing.
Yes.
The 250th 4th of July celebration at the Ford Wyoming Center. We had a good, strong turnout for that. A good example of an event that pulls people into the area rather than just local dollars being moved around. We had a total of 6,600 people just down the road at the Ford Wyoming Center. And this included visitors from, believe it or not, 17 different states came to that event. So Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, Georgia, Washington, North Carolina, California, New Mexico, New York, North Dakota, Michigan, South Dakota, Utah, Kansas, Oregon, Louisiana, and Montana. People all came to that event to celebrate their holiday and the 250th anniversary of our nation here in our community. Visit Casper's fiscal year end was June 30th. And over that year, Visit Casper reinvested more than $800,000 back into the community through sponsorships and grants. This included support for meetings, conferences, festivals, and sports events. There are destination development funds that were awarded to Visit Casper through the Office of Tourism. There's going to be a formal press release coming shortly on this, but the thing that's important for bar none is that there are funds going to be available for events, sponsorships that might happen in this community. So keep an eye out for that, and also keep your ears to the ground about an event that might be taking place that you would want to apply for those grant dollars for through Visit Casper. And reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions. Bottom line is that tourism is coming back. It had a small dip in May, and then the CNFR renewal locks us in for another 10 years of that great event. And then Visit Casper is putting dollars back into our community through events and different sponsorships. But other than that, any questions?
I don't have any. I do have something I want to get with you about after this, though. I got an idea.
Okay.
So, but I want to keep it a secret.
Oh, yeah,
It's a really cool idea, and I want it to be a surprise.
okay, good.
My parting gift for the town, probably, maybe, hopefully, somewhat.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So anyway, yeah,
Let's connect.
right on.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Dan. And moving on, Mr. Holster, you have the floor, sir.
Mayor, council, I've already addressed most of what I wanted to. I just briefly would note that on the ISC type projects, spoke with the director of the ISC last week, and they were emphasizing that on the Dynasolar project, 60% of the funds that are for mitigated impacts are unallocated in that project. And that they recently had the city of Cheyenne come back and ask for an adjustment based upon the cost of inflation. So, for the impact due to inflation on their previous grants. So, that's unusual for them to come back and suggest that they may grant more funds, but they've obviously got a very large, aspect of that that's unallocated. The other thing is we did learn, or Dynasolar indicated that they're still working with Rocky Mountain Power, so there's no contracts to purchase that electrical power generated by that yet, they're saying. The Dutchman Power, which we did receive some impact funds, the Dutchman project, we received some funds for just petition to change the boundaries of their project and make them smaller. I'm sure that will be granted. That indicates that they're going to be stretching that out over time. And so you'll probably see a chain reaction on that. So if there's no other questions, that's all I have.
Any questions for Pat? No? All right, Pat.
What do we get to buy now? Helicopter, right?
Oh, we're good for a while. All right. Mr. Cavalier, you have the floor, sir.
Mr. Mayor, not much on the engineering side of things right now. We had originally planned to have a pre-bid meeting for the crosswalks project later this week, but there's not much interest in the project, so we're going to move it back a couple of days and see if we can drum up a little bit more interest, but from Thursday to Tuesday of next week, and then subsequently move the bid date back another 5 days as well. It's just time of year, it's a small project, people must be getting busy. I don't know if that's what you're seeing on your end, but
It's weird.
yeah,
It's weird. Yeah.
3 weeks ago, everybody's chomping at the bit to get more projects, and now we're having to bang down doors just to get them to take plans. So we'll see how that goes. And if we don't get a lot of interest, we can always look at moving the project back to bid it later in the year when people are gearing up for next construction season. So we have lots of options, don't need to force it right now if we don't have to. So then also been just compiling information for what it would take from a surveying and engineering standpoint to do any sort of future annexation. So I know that that's a topic that should be coming up maybe next meeting.
Yes, so we're having a work session on the next meeting.
And so I've put together a little brief document that kind of walks through what my end of things looks like, and that doesn't include the legal side of things, but I'll send that out to mayor and council and staff, so you're aware and we can talk through that in a couple weeks. That's all I have.
Perfect. I don't think I have anything right now. Anything for Ray? All right. If I think of anything, we'll loop back around to you, but I don't think I have anything else for now. Perfect. Steve or Chief Sheridan, you have the floor, sir.
Mayor, council, you have my report. There's a few things to highlight. It looks like we will be, our go live date for being dispatched and taking calls actively will be this Friday. I'm assuming that will stay on schedule. So DSCC, we've accomplished that goal, so we can move on to other projects. We are where we need to be for that. The Sunset property's been mostly cleared. So that issue's been handled. The property owner stepped up and took care of that, so that's a good thing.
It's better when it happens that way.
Yes. The other issue, and there's folks here today, there was a rescue operation for dogs going on in town. Met with those folks, those owners, brought them up to speed on what the ordinances were and the fact that there'd be no ability to actually run a kennel or rescue operation where they were. I would ask that we entertain an opportunity to maybe have a work session or discussion on involving or having some sort of working relationship with them. We have a building next to the police department that is an ideal setup for our needs for animal control, as bar none. We've discussed the cost with Metro and the potential for that to increase fairly decently for the next agreement. And that's basically, some of the folks are here. I understand there was some information that they were asking for a variance or rezone. That was never a discussion. The rescue operation owners never asked for that, never expected it. This is simply an opportunity to try to work out something mutually beneficial to both the town and to a very noble cause. So that's basically what I'm asking for. They are here if you have questions.
Are you guys okay with coming up? I don't want to put you on the spot or embarrass you or anything, so.
We're prepared.
Perfect. For you? For you? Thank you.
I think you guys need none, right?
Okay, so I just wrote a quick letter. I did hand out a pamphlet. So we are a legit nonprofit 501c3 animal rescue. I pull euthanasia-listed dogs, so dogs out of state. I pulled from Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, California. Anywhere there's a need and I can fulfill that, then I pull. I absolutely do not have these dogs at my house, not all of them. A minor fraction of the dogs are at my house. We have hundreds of dogs. We've pulled several hundred dogs. We probably have about 70 adoptable dogs right now. So I wrote, a little quick brief summary here. So I said, my name is Rebecca Cunha. I'm the founder of Heroes Legacy Rescue and Transport. I come here today in hopes to, one, make peace, as I was not aware that anything I was doing was of any wrongdoing in regards to codes and or violations, and two, to try to form an amazing partnership relationship in the town that I live. I've been in animal rescue a very long time. I was always under somebody else's rescue as a volunteer foster. When I moved to Wyoming, I decided to start my own rescue after losing my very best furry friend, which that is a whole story in itself. And if you follow my Facebook page, you'll see the story. I've always fostered dogs before, and it was never a problem because fosters never counted as personal dogs. I promised my intention was never to think that I could come into the town of Bar None and run my own program. It was simply about saving lives. When I got the initial visit from the chief, I argued it because, again, I was completely unaware. As far as there was also a complaint about me leaving dogs in my car. As far as leaving dogs in a car above 70 degrees, Anytime my shepherds are in my car and it's hot, that car is temperature controlled. I take them out in the morning before I go to work, come let my foster dogs out, get ready for work and leave. Same thing when I come home. I leave them in the car, running AC on, make sure the dogs are up and get them out. They go with me literally everywhere. Those dogs are with me constantly. I would never intentionally put my dogs' lives at risk. All the dogs that come through my program are fully vetted, spayed, neutered, and microchipped before being adopted. Animal welfare, animal safety is a top priority. It doesn't matter if it's my animal, the neighbor's animal, or a stray loose dog that I see on the road. I'm always going out of my way to make sure they are safe. Heroes Legacy Rescue started as a small foster-based rescue, and we blew up, like literally blew up, and I was not expecting it. So we quickly became very popular with an amazing reputation. A dog is not a number to me. I pour my heart and soul into every single dog that I come across. I do everything in my power to get them the best homes and a second chance at life. With that said, we have been very successful. We have pulled several hundred dogs into care and adopted out a good majority. I believe we currently have approximately 70-ish dogs that are adoptable right now. Let's see here.
Not in our house.
Not in, and here's the next part. But I promise you, I do not all have them in my house. We have fosters in 3 different states, Oklahoma, Wyoming, and California. I would absolutely love the opportunity to partner with the town of Bar None and overlook the pups here as well. I do know there are a lot of things that are going to go into it, and I'm more than willing to do what I need to do to get it done.
Okay.
Add something?
Sure.
Just real quick.
What's your name?
Hi, James.
James.
I've heard.
Right.
She's never made $1 doing this. $1. Thank you.
So, it's a unique opportunity we have here. When someone runs afoul of the law, not intentionally, right? Not maliciously. We're not, we obviously can tell that you're not here to, overrun the town with dogs or start a dog uprising or something. And so this does provide us with a unique opportunity to actually do something good for the community and something good in general. So I'm cautiously optimistic about this. So we do need to plan a work session, I think, because this is going to take some logistical work to get this across the finish line. And I'll need you there, Dustin, because this concerns one of our maintenance buildings. So I'm not exact. When are you usually available?
I'm pretty flexible, so if I know that I need to be somewhere, I can be there. I do work a full-time job.
Are you usually available in the evenings? Because that's the only time when I'm available.
Yeah, I'm usually, I'll make sure I'm available.
Okay. If you're available in the evenings, how about, what is council? You want to do Thursday? Can you guys do Thursday?
This Thursday?
Yeah. Is that possible?
I should be back.
I like
from
that
Cheyenne
next
in time. What time? 6 or 7?
Did you say?
Next Thursday.
You mean next Thursday?
Yeah.
You should have said that louder. All right. Next Thursday then. Next Thursday?
I'm good next Thursday.
Okay. So let's shoot for the.
I have a thing.
Okay. Well, Tim will probably be here, so we'll have enough if you're okay with.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
6
next
or 7?
6 or 7, what works better?
Whatever's better for you guys.
Okay. Let's do 6. Let's plan for 6. And hold on, I gotta write this down or I'll forget it. And let's get this worked out and see what we can do. So I would like to help support you guys in this. I feel like it's a good goal. It's a good thing. And I want to help, keep this rolling. Plus it actually benefits the town too. So, I mean, it's like a double good or whatever you want to call that. I mean, we get the possibility of stray animals being taken care of and we help someone out in the community with this. So cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. That cover you?
Just about. You took my Thursday, so I'll last for another day.
Oh,
So we have the Barnum Police Department Facebook page up now, using that to just have discussions of what it's like and things we're working on. We've done some things for July 4th and thanking the community for making that a success at the park. We did one today because e-bikes and e-motorcycles are a huge issue. It is the single biggest concern phoned into our office, and it's pretty bad. And it's just me going out patrolling. I gave you a breakdown of what was covered without the pictures. I'd like to post those in the places we typically post notices. And I'd like to have a meeting so that parents and kids and folks that are utilizing these can come talk to me, understand what the rules and laws are, and then figure out how we want to move forward. So I would ask for Wednesday, the 29th, probably here, because it's easier for everybody to get here, to have that discussion and open it up.
absolutely.
Because there's some significant issues. Those are all state statutes, so it's not town code to ruin fun. The safety issue is a national issue right now. There's a lot of confusion and a lot of tragic crashes happening with these kids on these bikes. And I'll say it here, I said it, I was much nicer on the video, but it is unfair to expect folks that just left out of here, firefighters, EMS, paramedics, and my folks to respond to these calls because they're horrendous. When a kid on these e-bikes gets hit by a car. We don't just see one, we live with that forever. You have parents that are, I'm not worried about my child, that's fine, but I'm worried about the community member that hits that child. They're gonna have to live with that forever. I'm asking the parents' help and the community's help to figure out how we want to resolve this. We're not trying to crush fun, but this is a major safety issue. They're out there, they're called jailbreaking the bikes, which means they go in and change the computer so they'll do 50 miles an hour instead of 28. I was out last night till 10:30. There were kids as young as 6 on these e-motorcycles tearing up and down the streets, running stop signs, no lights on them, and I got parents that don't care. We do care. We need their help. We need y'all's help. So we're trying to get the information out. We want people to come talk and understand what those rules and regulations are. My goal is not to write a ticket for this. It's to gain some commitment, not just compliance. So that's what we hope to accomplish. And we'll continue to do those. There's the Barnum Police Department Facebook page. Please hook up to it. You'll get accurate information there. There are other Facebook pages out there that are intentionally spreading misinformation, and they're causing us a lot of difficulty and potential violence as a result against your police officers. So I let people know if that's okay for Wednesday, the 29th,
Absolutely. What time?
6 o'clock.
Do you want me there?
It is your call. Love to have you there as always, but
I don't want to
you give up.
disturb the waters. I want to be,
Not disturb the waters.
Okay.
This will fall on me because someone has to go out there and enforce this stuff.
okay, I will be there then.
We are working on a cops grant. And with that, at some point, I'd like to ask for an opportunity. I don't know where it would take place. To discuss a
1800.
different reorganization of the police department. The part-timers are very, very difficult to find quality candidates. We've been at it for 9 months. We have one that passed muster, and he's a very, very good one. And we may want to consider providing full cover with 2 folks, get things rolling and running. It will not cost the town more. It potentially will cost us less, but I think we'll provide a better service to the community. So I would like for some time, I don't know the format for that, to consider sitting down and discussing how to reorganize the police department from a bunch of part-timers who can't make the schedule we need to maybe figuring out how to bring this guy on full-time.
Okay. I mean, I assume that's a you and I conversation.
Yeah, to start with, and then we'll go from there depending on what the requirements are.
I will let you know.
Yes, sir.
I will let you know when I have an early day. I'll give you a call.
Yes. That's it.
Perfect. Any questions for Chief Sheridan? None? All right, moving on. Who do we got next? Who's up next on the chopping block? It's our brand new fire chief.
So this wasn't given to you guys till just a couple minutes ago. So our roster is currently sitting at about 16. since Sunny left us and we had one other leave us. We have one in a background check. Training, we got a couple college kids that came through to help in our wildland program, so we put them through S-190, S-130 and their other requirements so they could go out. We have one of our guys getting ready to take fire instructor 1 and firefighter 2 to help get our training at a higher level. For our apparatus, our ambulance is currently at Renegade and Glen Rock, getting the pieces it needs so it can be used and running again. Rescue 11 was put back into service. Wayne's Auto fixed that for us. A lot cheaper than we thought it would be, so that was a good thing. We're working on a grant with Wyoming Health Transformation Program, which is like a rural grant. It's might be a long shot because you need to partner, but it's trying to get an ambulance and some monitors. So medical monitors, AEDs, that kind of things. Just a brief on our wildland program. Brush 11 has been on a severity assignment for multiple weeks in Laramie, and Dozer 11 has made its debut out on the Aspen Acres fire in Colorado. I'm pretty sure we're hitting 21 days and we're trying to get longer. So hopefully that'll keep going. And we've billed out 4 more fires that are sitting on the invoicer right now. So it just hasn't got pushed all the way through to payment back to us. But when we do, you guys will see that. And that's pretty much my report.
Awesome. Any questions on the report?
I see that it wasn't total, but that total, I just totaled
Yeah,
it.
that's because I'm learning Sonny's program.
Okay. Well, I just saw it, it looks like $180,000 in billable.
Well,
Services.
that doesn't count the expenses that come out of some of those assignments, like fuel and all that.
Right, so that's gross.
That is gross, but yeah, and actually, the dozer is not even added into that yet, because I didn't put it down because we haven't we'll bill that after the 21 days, so it's not added in yet.
So your future report, once you get a handle on the,
It will have,
you'll have those.
and you'll know exactly where we're setting.
Thank you.
You want to talk about salaries?
Sure. So council, Sonny and I and Mayor sat down, and with Sonny's, what he was gonna have for his salary benefits, everything that the town had offered him, we broke that apart to, since I'm not a full-time chief, 40 hours a week, we broke it into stipends. So I could actually have a hierarchy to help the duties fall onto some of them that need to, like training, admin, and then my captains, where I could have a EMS captain and an operations captain and one that would help with training. So we broke that up, and what is in front of you is what their yearly salary would be, and it actually saves the town a little bit of money off of what Sonny's package was gonna be.
Does anyone in the audience have this?
Nobody does.
Here, you can give them my copy. Just if anyone's interested in looking at it, they can pass it around. How many people want to look at it? Yeah, go make a few copies if you don't mind, Callie. Anyway, sorry, Dan, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just realized that I could see Mike's face.
Basically,
I could feel it.
stipend pay would break down. The fire chief is $3,000 a month. My 2 division chiefs, 1 admin, which is going to help take over some of the billing. As we get into more EMS, it will even help us with some billing on EMS. And then my other division chief will be operations, runs like the training to make sure that's getting handled, bringing more people in and making sure everybody's covered on operations, training, EMS, all of it. He's over all of the captains. They're $1,500 a month. And then my 3 fire captains, which each will have their own dedicated little piece of the puzzle. They'll do training, EMS, and operations. They are $500, or sorry, $1,000 stipend a month. And that takes care of everything that, so all of our operations are covered.
What do you guys think?
So
Legit?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sonny and Dan and I sat down and we talked about this. We talked about this for a little bit and I thought it was a great idea because this is a really big step towards a full-time fire department, which I know is on a lot of
That's
people's.
what came to my mind as I was looking at this.
So
The retention of what we currently have.
Yep, keeping the guys that we want to keep, and it was a great idea by both of them.
We're
I
not,
don't know if
we're
we-
not changing funds that we've allocated anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Here, you just take mine. Callie, just take mine and give it to her. It's fine. I don't need it. I've already looked at it. Okay. You're good. Yeah, it keeps the personnel we want to keep here. It uses just slightly less money than we're already spending on one. I mean, like, it's kind of a win-win. So, yeah. So, Pat, does this, if you guys are okay with it, I mean, I don't think do we need a work session on this? I feel like this is kind of cut and dry, but,
If you're ready to approve it, you can.
just pass it as it is.
If it meets your thought, what you want to do.
Yeah. So,
I like the delegation of duties too.
Yeah.
You're acknowledging your limits and asking for help. So I appreciate that.
yeah. I don't even know how to word that one. How would you word that? I would entertain a motion to approve the stipend pay for the fire chief. Do I need to list each one out, Pat, or? Okay. The stipend pay for the fire chief at $36,000 annually. Division chief administrative, 18,000 annually. Division chief operations, 18,000 annually. Captain training, 12,000 annually. Captain EMS, 12,000 annually, and captain of fire operations, 12,000 annually.
So moved.
Second.
Motion, blah, 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 blah. Motion and second. English, my second language. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Good work, Dan.
thank you.
Anything else? Perfect. All right, well, moving on. Dustin, I'm gonna pause at you for just a second. Ray, oh, dadgummit, I did have something for you and I spaced it. It was actually fairly important too. It's all good. I'll call you later. How about that? Dustin, you are back up. It's not that important, right?
Yeah.
Mayor, Council, you have my report in front of you. There's just a few things I wanted to highlight. I added a packet of paper to each space earlier today that was not in my report. And it's simply for your information about lead and copper sampling that we're required to do this summer. The town of Barn and the water system is required to do this every 3 years right now. And this summer it's our turn again. So I provided you that. It's simply the document where the EPA states, it says public notice on the front of it.
Right.
With a paper clip. And so it's just basically giving you that information. We're gonna put this public notice out and then we're gonna deliver the sample bottles to the appropriate addresses and ask the resident to take the sample according to the instructions that the EPA gives. And we'll deliver them to the lab and we'll get the test and we'll report the results, basically. So I just wanted to share that with you. Mr. Mayor, you had asked me to do that also. So that's simply informational. And then regarding my report, I wanted to highlight the request for a resolution to purchase the vac truck. The last meeting, you did approve acceptance of the SRF loan. And so I have the Sourcewell bid from Joe Johnson Equipment attached there. And then, the second item I wanted to highlight was a request to approve the generator, the quotes for the generator, the backup emergency electric generators for the water tank and the booster station.
Gotcha.
Those bids were, part of our grant application. So the grant application required the bids as part of the application package. And so that's what I'm submitting to you now.
Okay,
Bids
so,
from the contractor.
so these are the two bids, right?
Correct.
I mean, is there a reason not to choose the one that's lower or
Well, both,
how much was the grant?
yeah, both of those bids are required because the grant,
Oh, I see.
the grant was 83,000 and some change. So the 66,000 is an increase because the bid in the grant application was last year and prices have increased. So the grant application was for two separate generators
Okay.
to be installed at the two separate locations, one at the water tank, one at the pump station. And so each one of these bids is a bid for a generator at one. One of the bid is larger because it's a three-phase generator. The smaller bid is because it's a single-phase 220 generator.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why there's a price difference.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, so the grant was approved and accepted by the town. And it was from Wyoming Department of Homeland Security. And it was designed to cover only the purchase of the generators. So the quotes that are in front of us include the labor from the contractor for the installation. So the town would, from the budget, the town would have to fund the labor of the installation. But the grant covers the purchase of the transfer switch and the generator.
Okay. All righty.
The primary one I wanted to focus on was the vac truck. If we want to wait on the generators for another week, I'm okay with that.
Well, we can do a motion on both tonight. Just for everyone's information, the reason, the whole thing behind the vac truck is, the EPA has mandated that, I do not like that word, but has mandated that each municipality needs to do a lead service line inventory. And so we have to pothole. How do I keep this brief? We have to pothole how many?
So approximately 400.
Approximately 400 houses have to be potholed to make sure that the lines running into the house are not lead lines.
That's our total number of unknowns.
Correct.
And the EPA has a formula. We won't have to pothole every single one.
Right.
Statistically, once we reach that statistical,
So,
we'll be covered.
so we went and we sought a loan, a forgivable loan from the, SLIB. Yes, SLIB board so that we can pay for it and then do the potholing, because it would be cheaper to do that than it is to third party a company to come out and do it for us. So that's just kind of a brief history on that. Where am I, Dustin? What am I looking for here, man? Looking for the price on this thing so we can do a motion.
On the first page of my report, I have the total price.
Number one.
I would ask
Is right-
the resolution if we could,
Hit me.
so the SRF loan was a total of 700,000. I would request we could do a resolution allowing so the purchase, the actual quote is 549,706 and 70 cents. That quote is 45 days old. I don't expect it to rise, but there's always incidental. So if the resolution could maybe be for 600,000
Right. I mean, we could just do the whole amount.
total for 700,000.
Yeah, so-
And
Thank you, sir.
we did this last year, but was this truck through a source well or something like that?
Yes,
Okay.
this bid is a Sourcewell bid from Joe Johnson.
Yep. Okay. I would entertain a motion to approve the purchase of a vac truck. Hold on, I gotta look at what type it is. Where is it? Vector
100I.
2100i vac truck to not exceed the total cost of $700,000.
Sir.
So moved.
Motion. Second. Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, moving on. Generators. So do you need a motion to accept the grants? Is that what it is? Or just to purchase the generators
I
now?
believe we've already accepted the grant, correct?
Okay.
Kelly? So we just need a resolution to actually
Apply the grant.
apply the grant.
Is it just the generator or does it include the transfer switch?
The grant included the cost of the generator and the transfer switch for each one.
Yep, it's right there. If you look, you got to go past the Joe Johnson, back truck one it's at the back of that. So,
The two separate estimates because they're two separate locations, but the grant covered both of them.
cool. I would entertain a motion to approve the purchase of, trying to look for a name of this thing, man.
Salt Creek Booster Station generator.
We model,
The generator, I can tell you about that. They take care of all the ones there.
right on. Protector gaseous, 130 kilowatt, 27740, 3P liquid cooled generator
A small one.
for $66,000.
That's the big one.
Motion? Second. Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. I would entertain a motion to approve the purchase of, should I put the model number in there? I didn't even see that. The Protector gaseous 40 kilowatt, 120, 240 split, 1P liquid cooled generator for $48,500. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Perfect. There you go, Dustin.
Thank you, sir. Other than that, that's all I really had, other than the routine report. So if you have any questions.
Okay.
What happens if the homeowners don't do the water testing?
Well, we have backup addresses, basically. Yeah, if one person refuses, we have a list of backup addresses that we can go. So the EPA requires a certain number, and our list of applicable addresses is larger. So we're required to do 20 samples. And so we have a list of 50.
Right.
So if we, out of those 50, we need to get 20 to submit to the EPA.
I just noticed the school is on there, so I didn't know if they were.
Right, and because the school, and that's because it'll probably have to come off it 3 years from now because it's no longer an active school. But we will do a sample this year because of the age of the school and the fact it has copper plumbing. That's why EPA classifies it as a tier 2. It was built in 1983, so that's the time frame of lead-based solder in the plumbing. So that's what they wanted. That's why they want to focus on that.
Thank you.
Perfect. Anything else for Dustin? No? All right. Open it up for petitions and public comment.
Open a real can of worms.
Oh, boy. Is this about the paint truck?
First, thank you. Good luck. You got big shoes to fill. If an individual runs for mayor and a family member runs for council and they are both elected, is that a perceived conflict of interest or is it a real conflict of interest?
Under Wyoming's law, it's neither.
It's neither? So it's okay? Nobody cares?
Well, I don't know if anybody.
Well, no,
cares.
okay. There's nothing against it, no law against it.
No, there's no law against it.
Okay, so you could put a whole family up here if you wanted to.
You could.
Okay, that's what I need.
They got elected.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anonymous. Any, any other petitions or public comment? Going once, going twice. It looks like it's just you, Mike. Sold. All right, Mr. Sabrowski, you have the floor, sir. Please give us a regional water report.
Yeah, it was a pretty short meeting today, but just some interesting information I found interesting. The fiscal year ended June 30th for regional water. And for the month of June, you know, barring Evansville and Mills, because they're not part of the system, but the greater area of Natrona County that supplied by clear up to Midwest, 571 million gallons of water was distributed in the month of June. And for the entire fiscal year, it was 378 billion gallons of water. And again, it's a lot of water, but we're in a severe drought and we still are not looking at putting restrictions out there. We have some of the most solid water rights in the state. So we're in pretty good shape.
Excellent.
That's about it.
371 million gallons? Billion.
With a B.
With a B.
For a year.
That's a lot of freaking water, man. Well, cool. I don't have anything. Is there anything else from council? Nothing? You guys don't want to prolong it just a little bit longer for Mike's sake? All right, fair enough. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn then.
I would have another item on there.
Oh, we already covered that. We already covered that. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Motion and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for being here.